Hello, my friends, and welcome back. In this lecture, I'm going to talk about strategies for appreciating. Another word for this, of course, is gratitude. And I could have called it gratitude. In fact, I thought about calling it gratitude, but then my model would be the GBCs rather than the ABCs, so I didn't think that made much sense. But I do use these two terms pretty much interchangeably. So I define appreciating as recognizing, valuing, cherishing, honoring the worth of something. In this case, of course, we're talking about the worth of life, or even more specifically, the worth or value of your life. I want to suggest that appreciating is not only seeing, but also feeling the goodness and abundance of your life. It's cultivating an attitude of gratitude, to use a cliche. It's expressing thanks to God, the universe, life, other people, for the good things in your life and what has made it so. Appreciating is considered a mega strategy for happiness. People who have grateful hearts are happier, they're less depressed and less stressed than those who are less grateful. They report a greater sense of purpose, more control over their lives, greater self-acceptance, and more optimism. They're more empathic, they're more forgiving, they're less materialistic, and they have more positive ways of coping with difficulties. In short, appreciating or gratitude is more highly linked with mental health, with happiness, with well-being, than any other character trait. Think about the power of that statement. More highly linked with mental health and happiness than any other trait. This scientifically proven fact makes developing appreciation and gratitude one of the most important things we can do to live a good life. And the best news is that we can learn to be more grateful through deliberate practice. I want you to take a moment. Think of 3 things right now that you're grateful for, and I mean right now. These don't have to be big things. They could be very small, simple things. So hit the pause button and take up to half a minute or so to either say them out loud to yourself or, better yet, jot them down. Then hit the button and continue. Good. So what did you notice? How did shifting your focus just a little bit change your feelings? I asked you to do this because appreciation can be learned, and it's learned by training ourselves to pay attention. Remember, a few lectures back, I talked about scarcity versus abundance. We put ourselves into a state of abundance by paying attention to the goodness and the fullness of life. This is really what developing appreciation and gratitude are all about. You get in life what you pay attention to. So you have to learn to pay attention to the good. Most of the time we don't pay attention. We go through life half awake. We allow our attention to flow to whatever screams most loudly at the moment, and it can be sometimes internal, like aches and pains and body sensations, or emotions like boredom or anxiety or resentment. Or it could be external, what is happening around us. But the idea is that you can actually choose what you pay attention to, and you can learn to pay attention to that which will bring you the greatest joy. People who experience more gratitude don't have better things happening in their lives, but rather they're more attuned to the good that happens, which starts a virtuous cycle. They're attuned to the good, so they see the good, so they attract more good, so they become even more attuned to the good, and see more good and attract more good, and on and on. And that's what I want you to learn to do. So beginning in the next video, I'm going to give you some strategies in order to do this. And the strategies I'm going to give you will not be a comprehensive list. You can add to the list. You can invent more strategies, and the important thing is that you find some and you make them your own. Figure out what's going to work for you. In fact, I really believe you have to make it your own if it's really going to be powerful and work in your life.